let's let's do this.
Let's get started.
Oh man.
Distance nerding.
Oh. Hey.
Woo! Hey, yeah. Well, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time. It is that time of the week. It is your favorite time of the week. I lied. It's my favorite time of the week. It's time today. And you know what that means. You are now watching and listening and experiencing Distance Nerding. Part of the Comic-Con radio podcast family.
And of course, he does it all for the watch. It's Young Phil.
Oh, and he never has an asterisk next to his name. It's SHDU.
And we're here to
nerd together.
Together.
All right. Ladies and gentlemen, we are talking everything. Pop culture, news, movies, music, food, wrestling, Comic-Cons, everything, comics, whatever you're nerding out on, we want to talk about it. Of course, ladies and gentlemen, you can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, Threads, YouTube, Discord, all the places, all at Distance Nerding. And of course, if you want to shoot us an email that we will read on the show, then you can email us at dist.
Yeah, you know, I don't know. You know, this will be an interesting episode. A lot of very odd news. No trailers though. Weirdly enough, that's
I know, right?
It's weird. Yeah, it's weird.
It's a little different.
Weird.
It's nerding at AOL.com, and we will again read that on the air. SHDU, how you doing, bud?
I'm doing good. I'm good. Yeah.
We're you have a good weekend, man?
Yeah. It was great. So I had to just hang out and relax and yeah. That's
right.
Right. been going through a Wheel of Time, so that's fun.
Oh, gotcha, man. I just started watching Fallout, and it is absolutely amazing.
Awesome. Good.
Hopefully at some point we cover it on the show, but we will do that. So, ladies and gentlemen, you have now stumbled on the best or the worst kept secret on the internet. You are now watching The Download.
So good. Just man.
Just all of the fun, all the good stuff. Say Wong in the chat asking, where's Jahmez? Jahmez 5000 will be here later. He's being a dad right now. So
yes,
there's that. He said he'll be 40 and we'll be senior citizens in our golden years.
Golden is a strong word, but okay.
Say Wong, don't worry. I'm going to resurrect him later on in the show. It's fine. It's going to be great. Looking over here at the Instagram chat, LaDonathan Jenkins, the boy of the boys, my boy LaDonathan Jenkins, in the chat saying it's a neat intro. And then of course Aaron BO. AKA the artist formerly known as Fourzze, is in the chat.
You done messed up, Ron.
You done messed up, Ron. So much fun. All right, well, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into it. This week on deck, we've got the Geek End Update.
Is that vanilla or beaver tail I'm smelling?
It's probably beaver ass.
Yeah. Starting rumors.
The we must be in the Matrix because rumors are straight from the 90s. And of course, the download.
Is Barbie going Blair Witch? CinemaCon has it all.
Barbie okay, yeah, that's actually a thing. For a second, I was like, nope, those are stories we're covering. All right, yep, it's okay. It's all right. We're good.
Oh, maybe. Good.
Oh my God. Ladies and gentlemen, for the first time in a while, a wild Fourzze has appeared.
Woo! Hey!
And he's in his booth at that. Look at that.
Let's go ahead and let's just get the joke out of the way. Fourzze is in the closet. Oh no!
I mean, you said.
I mean,
but here's what's really cool for those who are watching. Check this out. So I actually did convert a closet into a professional sound booth. So
nice.
This thing is
the pads and all that.
Yeah, bro. It's the real deal.
Nice.
And it does extremely well. Am I coming in clear?
Oh yeah, no, you sound amazing.
Oh yeah, no, it's great. It's you sound better than us. So that's to be expected.
You expect that when you're a voice actor,
right? Yeah, you would hope.
so with that, Roshi's back, baby.
Hold on, I got a new Roshi picture. Yeah.
Hey.
Well, ladies, check it out. The Fourzze Meister is back.
What's that sound?
Oh man. Well, ladies and gentlemen, speaking of my boy Roshi, before we get into all of the things that we're going to cover this week, but first, let me get a shout out. Fourzze, you want to do the honors?
I need to pull up the paperwork on that, like right now.
Yeah, you need to do that.
Unless you would just want to like copy it and throw it in the private chat real fast.
I can do that. Hold on, right here.
It's funny because my VO classes and training may actually pay off here. Let's see how it goes.
Yeah.
There it goes.
All right. So let's do this from the top. This show is brought to you by Dubby. Dubby is an emerging brand of energy drinks created to help focus, concentration, reaction time with no jitters or crash. There's no maltodextrin, sugar, fillers, artificial colors, or dyes. This stuff is keto friendly. Dubby contains Neurofactor. It's a nootropic derived from the coffee fruit. Neurofactor helps give your brain focus and clarity, while the 150 milligrams of caffeine and 3 essential B vitamins help you stay alert and energized. You can find out more about this amazing drink mix at dubby.gg. Utilize the code. Hold on. The hell out of my way. This is my part. Sorry. Utilize the code nerding10 for 10% at your checkout, ladies. Speaking of checkout, check me out. Thank you, Master, and welcome back. Thank you, young man. Back to your show.
Oh God, how much I've missed that.
Yeah.
You have no idea how much I've missed that.
Yeah, I've missed it.
I know. Well, let's jump right into this because, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the Geek End update.
Woo!
I'm sorry, for the what? Oh shoot! I'm in the booth. I can actually do this. The Geek End update.
Good thing James isn't here for that because he'd be like, "Do we need 2 intros?"
Oh, I've been waiting 2 years to do that.
and all I do is the Geek End update.
This just in. Disinserting is on Comic-Con Radio.
Somebody keep us on track. Let's do this.
These 2 yelling yahoos have been brought to you by Comic-Con Radio.
Yeah. Listen to Disinserting and our second show, A Comic Conversation, via comiccon-radio.com. look for the Distance Learning Podcast, even this very episode, and a new comic conversation every week on comiccon-radio.com/podcasts. And someone popped out in the chat, I'm not doing it because we know what happened last time.
I mean, I don't know. Do we want to give you some responsibility? No, absolutely not.
See how it is. I got
Responsibilities for pansies.
I've got Instagram done, and now on to Twitch and YouTube. Boom, they've been put on there. And for those of you who are listening to the episode, comiccon-radio.com/podcasts.
I said that. Yep.
I know. I'm just repeating it.
Oh, okay.
James in the chat, pansies. Well, ladies and gentlemen, let's talk about upcoming shows and what we got going on. Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah, because, guys, we're coming to Beaver State Comic-Con. Yes, for the first year, Beaver State Comic-Con is bringing itself to Bend, Oregon at the Deschutes County Fair and Expo Center. May 11th, 2024 is the date for that, ladies and gentlemen. You can find yourself over in Bend, Oregon. We are going to have an amazing time because we're going to be talking to Tammy Stronach, who was the Empress from Neverending Story. At this point, friend of the show, Gigi Edgley, who played why did I forget her name all of a sudden? She was in Farscape.
Yeah.
Chiana. She played Chiana on Farscape. Spencer Wilding, who's in Game of Thrones, Star Wars, there's all kinds of stuff. Lizzie Freeman, who's from JoJo's Bizarre Adventures and Genshin Impact, and so much more. Ladies and gentlemen, make your way to Bend, Oregon on May 11th. We will see you there. We will be hosting all the interviews and everything like that. It's going to be a great time, as it always is. We will see you guys in Oregon. Again, head over to www.beaverstatecomiccon.com and pre-get your tickets. Get your tickets to the show. Have a good time with us. We will be there. And yeah, let's get it, guys.
Woo! All right.
I have all the documentation pulled up. We're ready to rock and roll.
Let's do it.
So, because ladies and
I don't know where to get it.
With you. Wait, what?
So I got that up there before I got a chance to say it, but apparently we're starting rumors.
Unbeknownst to Phil, we were starting rumors.
Yeah, I mean, apparently I don't know my own show and how we're doing this. So, well, let's get right into the first story here because, ladies and gentlemen, hello again, Sidney.
Oh, no.
The development of Scream 7 is underway with franchise creator Kevin Williamson directing and Neve Campbell set to reprise her role as Sidney Prescott. Courtney Cox and Patrick Dempsey are also said to be joining the sequel. A new report has surfaced saying that this new direction will involve Sidney Prescott's family. They are looking to cast Sidney Prescott's 2 kids. It seems like the movie will focus on Sid's family as all 4 her husband, and 2 kids are listed as leads. So, ladies and gentlemen, tacos on the table. Are the Prescott kids going to be the next Ghostface victims?
I am not very familiar with
targets
with these movies.
They'll be the targets,
right?
Okay,
probably hospitalized or severely maimed, but victims,
like somebody is gonna get stabbed, and it's not gonna be pleasant.
Yeah, but they will all be wearing a very thick layer of plot armor, I'm sure.
Yeah. More than likely, yes. So yeah, I mean, my tacos are on the table. Again, I don't think they're going to be the victims, but I agree that they're going to be targets, right? So
yeah.
The question is, at this point, who's going to be Ghostface? Like, who in their life is the copycat killer that's trying to get Sidney and her husband and her kids? And
Dewey.
oh my god! And that's the thing, is it could be Dewey. It could 100% be Dewey, because it's got to be somebody who's in her life, because why else would you want to terrorize her and go after her family?
Who knows? But whoever the killer is probably going to be played by Pedro Pascal.
Because everything should be played by Pedro Pascal.
Everyone's Pedro Pascal.
It's 100% a good chance of that. So moving on.
Oh my gosh. There's a meme about this, but let's do this first. In movies, our boy, the Matrix Master himself, Keanu Reeves, has reportedly signed on to voice Shadow the Hedgehog in the new Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie. I know. Sega! Several oh god, this broadcast. Several months ago, rumors started to pop up that Keanu Reeves was in talks to play Shadow the Hedgehog in Sonic 3. These rumors came before Hayden Christensen's name popped up, and it was believed that Christensen was going to voice the character. Knuckles is set to premiere on Paramount Plus on April 26. Sonic the Hedgehog 3 will hit theaters on December 20th.
That's literally 10 days away.
What, December 20th?
No, the Knuckles show.
And
Right. that looks interesting. Like, all the trailers and all the trailers look good, but I love their marketing campaign, because a lot of it is just Sonic and Knuckles just like kind of messing around, and like Sonic messing with Knuckles, and Knuckles just being like Sonic being like, "So you're gonna watch your own show?" And Knuckles like, "What? I have a show?"
Figures.
Their marketing's actually really good, so it's always a good thing on that.
Nice. Cool.
Yeah.
I think yes, I believe Sonic will be taking the red pill on this one.
I mean, I think he did such a good job as Duke Kaboom. And the thing is like, I felt like there was more animation. Like, when I say animation, like in the way that he acted, I felt like he was a lot more animated as Duke Kaboom in comparison to some of the other roles that he plays, because he plays so like, his characters are so serious 90% of the time, except for like, Theodore Logan, but I mean, like, except for Ted, but I mean, like, but it's like, every other character he plays is a very like straight-laced, serious character.
He's an edgy action character, and that's what Shadow was from the very start, an edgy action character. I think this is going to be a very good fit. Right now, the meme is, as Robotnik's talking to Shadow about what he needs, Shadow's like, guns. Lots of guns. Guns.
And remember, Shadow is just basically Sonic's Vegeta. So I mean, like,
yeah, instead of being a runner, he's like a blade skater. So
yeah. So yeah, my tacos are on the table. I think this is going to be amazing.
Yeah, my very dark, edgy, lot of eyeliner. There's a little bit of like some weird, just random smoke around them. Those tacos are on the table.
just eyeliner and smoke around the table. Oh my god, that just sounds both amazing and terrible at the same time. This tastes like makeup. Yeah, it's because they're testing makeup on these hedgehogs. Oh god.
Right, the fourth Sonic movie is just going to be a whole meditation on animal testing.
They're just know, we're about to be canceled by PETA. All right,
I'm
so
shocked we haven't already been.
I know, right? We make some pretty terrible jokes.
Yeah.
So moving on from that, let's talk about this, because in zombie news, Danny Boyle will return to direct the first film in the upcoming 28 Years Later trilogy, which is currently set up and in development at Sony Pictures. The Marvel's director, Nia DaCosta, is now in talks to helm the second film. 28 Days Later star Cillian Murphy, I always want to say Cillian. Cillian Murphy will also executive produce. Garland will write all of the films, and the budget for each movie will be around $600 million.
Good. God.
What?
So
Was 28 Days Later and 28 Months Later or Weeks Later, were those even like popular films? Were they even
they were.
good?
No, they were absolutely popular and they were
And-
absolutely amazing. And people have been going wild since they announced they're doing another movie.
I was just about to ask, are we burned out on apocalypse movies yet? Because wow, I so am.
I don't know, because like The Quiet Place and then a couple of Netflix movies have been the only ones that have popped up.
Well, it seems the end of the world has no end.
Yeah, I know, right? So will the Candyman and Marvel's director take on zombies?
Yeah, I'll put the tacos on the table for that one.
And so then it's Marvel, right? So there's gonna be kind of a witch at some point, but she's a zombie. A lot of red. You could even say Scarlet.
Zombie witches.
No, my yeah. All right, my they're soft, but they probably shouldn't be. And they're very, very old. Like they have been sequestered in some place in the restaurant for way too long. Yet somehow they are still walking. Because it was a walking taco.
Sounds disgusting.
And they have bounded themselves slowly, or I guess it's 28 days later. So very, very, very quickly onto the table.
Okay. Oh God. And Fourzze, you said that your tacos are on the table for this, right?
Yeah, they've come this far. It's been like what, 20 years? Are they on their 20th year?
No,
With
it's
these
been
stories.
28 years. That's the whole point, is that they're doing a movie 28 years later.
Wait, so this? No. I'm talking about for the actual movie span, not the story or not the years in the movie, but the actual movies themselves. Didn't 28 Days Later come out in like 2004, 2005?
Where are we at on this?
The 28 movie series has got to be on its 20th anniversary this year, I think.
Not as 28 then.
Oh no. So 28 weeks later was in 2007.
Okay, all right, so we're not there yet.
Yeah. But
Nah,
still,
tacos on the table.
I mean, like
We'll
they're
do it.
almost 20 years later. Nia DaCosta is a good director. As much as everybody gave all the hate to the Marvels, I thought the Marvels was a good movie. Overall,
I loved it.
yeah, and the Candyman movie that she did with Jordan Peele was great. I mean, they did a really good take on bringing back Candyman with the original Candyman. So, who is also Venom, by the way. So,
yeah,
my tacos are on the table. I am definitely going with this.
Nice.
All right. So, moving on from here in living under the foot of a Hulk news. You know the news, you know exactly what I mean. Okay, I see what you wrote there. In Phil's wet dream news, I'll take it. I will take it. A new report has surfaced teasing a big moment in Deadpool and Wolverine. Wolverine will reference a classic Wolverine fight from Marvel Comics. According to the rumor, Deadpool and Wolverine might feature a reference to Wolverine fighting the Hulk.
Ooh.
Tacos on the table. Will we see a smashing battle between Wolverine and the Hulk? My answer is going to surprise you here.
My tacos are off the table for this one. I just don't think Marvel is ready to combine their quote unquote Fox characters with their MCU character. I don't see that crossover yet.
Well, they're doing that. There's supposed to be all kinds of references to MCU characters in this.
But something that big, nah, I don't see it. I don't think we're going to see it. There's going to be so much focus on Deadpool and Logan. There's not going to be much time for anything else.
So I have a theory. I have a Fourzze theory.
Oh, here we go. What's your Fourzze theory?
Is that this will happen.
Uh-huh.
I don't know if it will. I'm still kind of conflicted. But if it does happen, the Hulk will be Edward Norton.
Oh, okay. I like it.
And it will be that version. And it will be like almost a, Rosencrantz and Guildenstern situation where it's like Wolverine killed that version of the Hulk or something.
Okay.
Somehow. And so that's why we have, I don't know. It's I thought it'd be funny. My tacos on a kind of a, I don't know, it's like a spinach tortilla. There's lettuce and guacamole. There's some like lime rice in there.
They're very
a little bit of cilantro, a little bit of parsley. They're on the table.
That is a very Hulk taco there. So
and there's just like a little piece of purple cabbage as well.
Okay. Gentlemen, my tacos are off the table.
Ooh.
Here's why. I think that it's going to be a reference and not an actual fight. You have to remember that if you go back and watch the first two movies, there's all kinds of comic book references that are like blink and you miss it moments, right? Where they do not show what's going on. So think about like when he goes up against Juggernaut, right? And he makes all kinds of references to Juggernaut comic books, right? I think it's going to be something more along the lines of that, of him mentioning or him making a reference to Wolverine's first appearance being in a Hulk comic and talking about Wolverine and Hulk fighting, because that's also one of the most iconic fights in comic book history, right? So
I gotcha.
I think it's going to be more of a reference than it's going to be an actual fight.
I like that. Okay.
Like it's going to be something along the lines of Wade saying something like, this is worse than the time that you fought the Hulk.
Right. Oh yeah. No, that's good. That's good.
So that's why, like, my top,
I like that.
I don't think we're going to see the Hulk in the movie, but I think it's going to be a reference, and it's going to be something.
Yeah, I'd probably lean more towards that too.
Yeah.
So, I guess it would be funny for like a later MCU project that Deadpool is in to be like, didn't you look different?
Honestly, I for one see this entire. We're derailing. I'm going to get back on track here in a minute. I see this movie being 50% Hugh and Ryan dick jokes. I see it. This is going to be Hugh and Ryan making dick jokes on film because they can, and it's just going to be them being them.
And we're there for it. I'm here. I'm here for it.
100% going to be a. You're a big guy, but you're not as big as the Hulk's dick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like earlier this morning, I watched the movie Waiting. If Ryan Reynolds had his Deadpool mask on for that whole movie, it still would have fit.
Oh yeah, absolutely. 100% still would have been the same movie if Deadpool was playing the head cook.
Ryan Reynolds is Deadpool, just like Robert Downey Jr. is Iron Man. You can't separate the two anymore. Ryan Reynolds is the perfect Deadpool. You can't take that away.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Well, staying in the MCU.
Yes, staying in the MCU. We have
MCU.
Some more Marvel rumors. Marvel Studios president Kevin Feige revealed a new logo for the Thunderbolts asterisk movie title, and it came with an interesting little change. They've added an asterisk to it. When Feige revealed the title, he said, "Yes, you'll notice there's an asterisk. That is the official title, and we won't talk about it more until the movie comes out." So, thoughts on what the asterisk means?
I think they're going to Star Wars this shit, and they're just going to give it another name after the fact. But they're just prepping everybody to know that it's Thunderbolts, and then it's going to have a subtitle under it.
Okay.
But I think he's just getting everybody ready and like letting everybody know I'm about to Star Wars this shit.
Thunderbolts 1, something.
It's not even going to be that. It's going to be like Thunderbolts and it's going to be, you know, Dawn of the Red Hulk or something like that, where,
Oh yeah,
you know, because I feel like the name that he wants to give the movie is going to give away the movie. So he's just like, okay, so we're not going to put that subtitle in. And then when the movie launches on Disney Plus, when everybody's seen it at that point, then we'll put the subtitle on it.
Right. Okay.
I actually think that's fucking genius. But I mean,
oh
like,
yeah, no, I think it's great.
that's
My kind of not really concerned, but I feel like a couple months ago or a couple weeks ago or something, we had a rumor about the like origin of the name Thunderbolts being changed.
yeah,
And so I wonder if this is almost
it's just it's Thunderbolts, but then it like the asterisk is not Thunderbolt Ross's Thunderbolts, but,
right. Yeah, exactly.
But
it's Yelena Belova's
Yelena soccer team.
Yeah, soccer team.
Oh god.
So I don't really know what we're putting tacos on the table for here.
I mean,
Just
tacos.
that we have thoughts.
Yeah. Tacos on the table. What do you think the asterisk means?
I like your theory. I think that's probably what it is, but I do worry that it's what I said. You know,
TBA.
it's like not
Thunderbolts. Thunderbolts to be announced. Thunderbolts. It's to be announced.
Yeah.
The title is a spoiler, so they're just gonna leave it.
Yeah.
And that's exactly how I feel about it. Like that's exactly
right.
what I'm saying. Is I think it's too much of a spoiler, so they're like, we're not going to put the actual name in here.
All right, my veiny red tacos on the table then.
Was that a dick joke?
What? No, veiny and red, like Red Hulk, or Red Hulk's dick.
There you go. You know what's funny? Is down the line there is a reference specifically to Santa Claus being a bitch. So this is the perfect episode for you to be on.
Love it.
At least it's not Cyclops this time.
Cyclops is
Shut up.
Oh god. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, that is it for the rumors. We got through that pretty fast.
Woo. Yeah.
Gives us more time for the down.
Right there. Yes.
Because as we are getting excited here, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the download. It's so pretty, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it really is.
For more news, trailers, reactions, check out the Distance Nerdington post. Let us know what you are nerding out on.
Absolutely. So, ladies and gentlemen, let's get right into this. I'm actually a little upset that James isn't here to nerd out with me about this one specifically, because the MCU crossover you did not see coming is happening. Hailee Seinfeld, who's famous for Into the Spider-Verse, Hawkeye, many other movies, but those are the ones that we're going to refer to right now, has joined Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler's untitled supernatural vampire thriller, which is set up at Warner Brothers Pictures.
Ooh.
The project is gearing up to shoot later this month in New Orleans. While we don't know much about the movie, it's said that the feature is set in the Jim Crow era South and possibly involves both vampires and Southern supernatural traditions. The report also says that Jordan may even be playing dual roles as twin brothers. The studio has sunk its teeth into a March 7th, 2025 release date. And where I was saying, I was going to get nerd out here. Do you guys know that Hailee Seinfeld is Filipino?
Really?
Yes.
Really?
So, yeah, well, she's half, but I mean, like, still, she's Filipino, right? So that's where I was gonna, I was hoping James was gonna be on the show by now, so that I could, be like, hey, let's nerd out on Filipino actors, getting some fucking shine.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
hey, this sounds like a really interesting concept.
It does, and I mean the whole thing with Ryan Coogler of all people directing something like this makes me a little more interested because he's a good storyteller.
Oh yeah.
Especially like if you make in Jim Crow era and you have a black vampire, like, ooh, how is this gonna go?
Yeah. Well, you got to get your Blackula quota.
Oh God, Blackula quota. I'm definitely naming the show that. No, I'm not. Definitely not.
No. Well, of course,
Yeah.
I will be seeing this because Hailee Steinfeld's in it. So
Exactly. Oh, that's right. You have a type.
I do. I'm tired. We'll get into your type down here. So.
Oh yeah, no, we are definitely because I obviously have I have a type and we know my type. So moving on.
And in more Warner Brothers news, Warner Brothers has landed the Color Purple director, Blitz Bazawule.
Yeah.
Okay, Blitz Bazawule's next project, which takes on the legendary Yasuke, an African warrior who became the first Black Samurai.
Yeah.
A report from Variety states that Warner Brothers beat out 3 other studios and streamers' bids on the script, tentatively titled Black Samurai, which Bazawule wrote on spec and will direct and produce under his Inward Gaze banner. After impressing the industry with the 2018 debut, The Burial of Kojo, helming episodes of Ava DuVernay. Ava DuVernay's Cherish a Day, and working with Beyonce on a feature-length visual album, Black is King, Bazawule made his major studio debut with 2023's The Color Purple. Instead of a traditional biopic, the film invoked shades of 300 and Mad Men. The exact plot points are under wraps. This sounds awesome.
Oh my God. Yes. Okay. How familiar are you guys with Yasuke?
Not like I've heard of him. But I don't think I've done like a deep dive into him.
Wow. Okay, so Yasuke there are animes that are based on Yasuke.
Right.
And it's not Black Samurai like a lot of people are going to immediately think, right? Or Afro Samurai. It's not Afro Samurai. That's a whole different thing. Yes, pre-Meiji era. Yasuke is a real person.
Right.
Yasuke was an actual Black Samurai, and he's one of the few. He was one of the few samurai that was not Japanese.
Right.
It's very rare that you have that whole thing. So Yasuke, again, like the whole story, obviously elements of it because they're going to be aggrandizing it, but Yasuke is a real person, and which means that this is going to be based on true events.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like 1,000 times more excited for that. Again,
No,
there's an anime on it. There are documentaries about it. It's been around for there's books, obviously, but I mean, this has been something that's both been in lore and been studied like for forever.
Oh yeah. No, I'm very, very excited for this.
Yeah.
I had no idea this was happening.
Yeah, because I want to say he fought back against Tsushima. Right,
I believe so. Yeah. Well, because he was under Oda Nobunaga.
Yes.
Before. Yeah.
So he and remember Tsushima is where like the ninja were established, like the actual ninja were established in Tsushima. So from what I remember, Yasuke fights the ninja, which already is badass because the ninja were the ninja trained specifically to kill samurai.
Right.
Yeah. So it's going to be intense. I'm excited for this.
Yeah. No, it's great. So yeah. I'm looking forward to this. This is cool.
Yeah. So moving on.
Yes, moving on. Who knew CinemaCon would have so much news? Lionsgate announced at
We did.
CinemaCon. What?
Said we did.
Of course, I am in for Frey today. So Lionsgate announced
things your mother would cover.
Lionsgate announced at CinemaCon that they have teamed up with Barbie star and producer Margot Robbie to develop a movie based on the hit Hasbro board game Monopoly. Hasbro Entertainment is producing the film.
The game, finances the movie. Wasn't that Wolf of Wall Street?
Hasbro Entertainment is producing the film alongside Robbie's company, Lucky Chap. There's no word on what kind of story this movie will tell, if it will be live action or animated, or a movie about playing the game versus a movie set in the world of Monopoly. But we'll just have to roll the dice and find out more later.
Jesus.
As long as we don't end up in jail.
Followed by Monopoly 2, Broke on Boardwalk.
On Boardwalk.
So it's a Monopoly making a movie about a Monopoly. Okay, yeah, I gotcha. Yeah.
They need to have the Monopoly guy in it, and he needs to be played by Jim Carrey.
And there needs to be confusion over whether he has a monocle.
Jim Carrey and that mustache actually work really well. I don't know how I feel about this, man. Like, so I get it. Like, they're trying to go because Barbie was successful with the whole, instead of it being based on the character, it's like super meta. So
right.
I think that they're like, okay, well, we were successful with this, with Barbie and all this other stuff. Now let's do the same thing, but with Monopoly, and we're gonna make it super meta.
I think it's going to be like a PG movie. They'll make it for, older kids, probably between ages of 8 and 12. It'll be, it'll be a fun family film. They'll talk about the highs and lows of and then the responsibilities of utilizing your finances and blah, 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 blah. And of course, we'll have the go directly to jail and boardwalk and all this stuff that everybody loves. They'll make a big deal out of the railroads. They'll make them all CG and everything. And yeah, that's my take on it.
I wonder if they go the route of Jumanji.
Awesome. Ooh, that'd be interesting.
Okay, yeah.
Right, where it's like you get stuck in the game and you have to play in order to get out of it.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because then that would make it again a meta movie, right?
Right.
But at the same time, it makes it interesting because I don't feel like real estate finance the movie is anything.
No.
It's the thing Donald Trump is not actually good at, the movie.
Right.
They'll like I say, they'll kidify it up and they'll make it a family film.
Well, here's what I hope they do. I hope, and this is not going to happen. I will be pleasantly surprised if it does, but I really hope that this is like a scathing critique of capitalism.
Which would make sense for some,
like it's a whole, because like kind of following the Barbie format a little bit, where it is like this, okay, this is Monopoly, but this is why monopolies are not good,
God. And then you make the Monopoly man the villain.
Exactly.
Him and his giant mustache.
Yeah, and at the very end he gets kicked with a boot or something. I don't know. But
Jim Carrey, I'm telling you.
Somebody throws a fucking thimble at his head.
Yes. So that's what I'm hoping happens. I don't think that's going to happen. But
he drives a 1930s fucking race car.
Right. But I am very interested to see what this becomes.
Yeah,
I'm sure I'll be disappointed, but I'm interested.
I mean, you can't really say anything because if you get the right writers and they do something good, like Barbie was one of those things where nobody thought it was going to work, and then
and it's one of the best movies.
Holy shit, right? It was one of those holy shit moments. So I mean, like, yeah, I mean, if and the other thing is Margot Robbie is really big on choosing her projects. So I feel like if she's signing on to it to produce,
it does give me a little bit more faith.
Yeah, it means that she has faith in it. So it's like, okay, she's been really good about picking her projects. So I'm I'm gonna
Right.
give it a little bit more benefit of the doubt than I normally would. But I'm also not putting my hopes up because I don't want to be let down and be like, oh
Yeah.
well, I thought it was supposed to be great. Like, no, let me go into this movie thinking it's
Right.
a shitty movie.
Yeah. Exactly.
By
Yes.
the way, Darren in the chat saying,
Live long and prosper, Darren.
there you go.
Long and prosper.
So
All right.
So moving on to the next story here. I don't know if you guys are ready for this. Hotels on Park Place to shaky found footage in the woods.
Dun dun.
Dun dun dun! During Lionsgate's CinemaCon presentation, wasn't today. It was announced that producer Jason Blum and Blumhouse are going to be rebooting the Blair Witch horror franchise. Waiting for reactions there. There are no other details on this project, but we will get to see what Blumhouse might have planned for this next Blair Witch movie.
We don't need this.
Well, that's the whole thing. It's like, it depends on what they're doing. Like, if they're doing like a complete reboot of the series, I don't feel that we need that. If they are just trying to do the next generation and found footage, I trust Blumhouse to do stuff like that because I trust them with horror movies.
So here's my hot take.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
We have upon us, especially in the video game industry, a major transition when it comes to horror gaming. So the Blair Witch project, while back in 1998, 1999, was a fresh thing. It was something we, at the time, as young adults, some of us teenagers, hadn't seen before. Is a major motion picture done with a handheld camcorder. If they were to approach that again now, I don't think it would be very successful. However, because horror games are going in the direction of, and now, oh, thank goodness, now thanks to all the new tech and the AI tech, they're able to give us VCR grade quality views, while traveling, in first person. I think having a Blair Witch video game with a lot of, with a lot of ominous surroundings, having that camcorder view, getting really, because there's already some stuff that's fixing to come out on PC. That's just, I'm not going to lie, it looks absolutely terrifying. And it's done in 480i in the view of a camcorder, and you're running around and it's like, yeah, it's just poor TV quality. And that's really what adds to it adds to what makes it so scary. I think if they went back to the original Blair Witch story and made it playable, and you go through the woods and you discover all this stuff through that view, and you're in control, they have a lot more opportunity to try and scare you and really, really just give you the full experience of what those woods were like at the time. I think that'd be a very clever and a much smarter approach. And I think and to be honest, guys, I think Blumhouse would make an absolute killing if they went that direction.
Absolutely. I agree with you. I feel like Blumhouse is the right place to do something like this. I feel like they have the right sensibilities when it comes to horror.
They do.
And they do. Yeah. And I feel like they're going to do a good job, both living up to the expectation that we have for something that would be like continuing Blair Witch and hopefully improving Blair Witch, because the later movies kind of sucked. So it's just kind of like, like just like bringing it back to like the first movie and hopefully bringing something new to the found footage world,
Unfortunately, the Blair Witch franchise went the direction of the Paranormal Activity franchise. It just the more movies that it went on, the more predictable it became, and that was sad.
I don't know if I want them to do this, but you could almost update it a little bit, like kind of take whatever the kind of found footage of today is.
Mhm.
You know, so you could even do like, oh, this is, you know, live streamed or something. Not obviously the movie itself, but that's kind of the framing device almost.
I mean, they've tried to do shit like that, you know.
Yeah, and it didn't really work out. I that's what I'm saying. I don't want them to do that, but I feel like they might.
Yeah,
I see it.
we need something that as you're watching it, you just go, you know.
Right. The whole movie, there's just like comments on the side, you know, just like,
oh my god, like what if it was like this?
Yeah, no, it's just like this, and you know, each of us just get picked off one by one.
They had a movie like that like 4 years ago, and it was terrible.
Oh, it was terrible. Yeah. So no, I
Unfriended.
oh god.
Oh god. Okay. We seriously need to move on.
Let's move on.
So,
Terrible.
in Fat Guy in a Little Coat news,
Fat guy in a little coat.
there's a Chris Farley biopic being developed that's currently being shopped around Hollywood, shopped around Hollywood based on the biography. The Chris Farley Show, a biography in 3 acts. Cobra Kai and Blackbird actor Paul Walter Hauser is set to play Farley in the film, and Josh Gad is set to direct with Lorne Michaels, Saturday Night Live producing.
Mm-hmm.
The biography was written by Farley's brother Tom Farley Jr. and Tanner Colby. The family has also given their blessing on the project. Book description options, not an official synopsis.
Oh god, he did.
Here we go.
Book description synopsis, not an official synopsis.
Woo. No one dominated a stage the way Chris Farley did. For him, comedy was not a routine, it was a way of life. He could not enter a room unnoticed or let a conversation go without making somebody laugh.
Yeah.
But Chris did not know moderation, either in his boundless generosity toward his friends or in the reckless abandon of his drug and alcohol abuse. For 10 years, Chris cycled in and out of rehabilitation centers, constantly fighting his insecurities and his fears. Despite 3 hard-fought years of sobriety, addiction would ultimately take his life at the tragically young age of 33. Fame on Saturday Night Live and 3 straight #1 box office hits gave way to a string of embarrassing public appearances, followed, unfortunately, by a fatal overdose in December of 1997. There's no release date yet, but I can tell you that you can get a good look at the T-bone by sticking my head up a bull's ass, but I'd rather take a butcher's word for it.
Oh god,
And of course,
it's so good.
Yes, and of course, the first showing of the movie will be in a van down by the river.
That's so good. Oh man, Farley was a legend, man. And it, you know, it sucks to hear, it sucks to know why he like how he died and everything like that. But it's nice knowing that they're finally doing something that, you know, the next generation can be like, oh, it's Chris Farley, and Chris Farley's you know, just was a great actor altogether. By the way, I am stalling to bring James in on the show right now, purposely.
All right, here we go.
Fat guy in a little coat. Fat guy in a little. Richard, what's wrong? Rip. Sorry, what story are we doing?
You want mint for pillow? You want
What's
me to
up?
jerk you off?
What's up, buddy?
Hello. What's happening? How are you?
Housekeeper,
Good,
you want me to
man.
jerk you off?
Whoa, hey.
What kind of hotel is this? Paul Walter
What
Hauser.
happened in Boise? Jeez.
I know, right? Paul Walter Hauser. It took me a minute to realize who that is. That's it's the big dude, the guy that lives in his mom's basement.
Yes.
Which
he won like some kind of Golden Globe or something, and he took that Golden Globe like on AEW because he's a huge wrestling fan.
Mm-hmm.
And it was part of a gimmick where like he lost the Golden Globe or whatever to, I forgot who now, some heel. Just throwing
Some heel.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I think the dude is gonna fit in as Chris Farley. I think he has the comedic timing to play Chris Farley because that's gonna be a major thing. Is you need to have the right comedic timing if you're gonna be playing. If you're gonna,
I'm excited for this one. Did you talk about who wrote the biography?
Yes, we got through all the stuff on this.
Oh, his brother. His brother looks just like him too.
Does he?
Yeah, he looks just like Chris Farley. All right, what's left?
So we're moving on, James. This is actually your story that we're moving on to.
Until all movies are one.
All movies.
Spoiler
are
alert:
one.
the end of Transformers: Rise of the Beast set up a Transformers / GI Joe crossover. Did anybody catch that?
I haven't watched the
I
movie
kinda
fully yet.
Because I'm a nerd.
What?
Anyway, the crossover film in the most absurd way, and they admittedly did that without any kind of plan. You getting this?
Yeah, no, I'm getting it.
Yep. I got
Are we
you.
crossing over? Oh my god! At CinemaCon, young Phil, CinemaCon.
Yep.
It's not a thing.
CinemaCon. Yes. Paramount Pictures confirmed the movie is happening, and the story idea is based on a storyline played out from the Hasbro brand in their 1980s Marvel published comics. It was also confirmed that Steven Spielberg,
Ooh.
is executive producing the film. Yeah, that is crazy. We do not have a date that the film will yo-jo and roll out into theaters.
Well,
I do not
guys
know how I
talk
feel
about this
about
'cause
this.
My headphones just went out.
look,
I mean, it feels like a glorious day that I don't hear young Phil screaming in my ear, but
Shut your mouth.
hey, when we
I don't hear him at all. I don't hear Fourzze. I don't hear SHDUsky. That's what bothers me. Young Phil, I can do without. Talk amongst yourselves.
And we're supposed to be friends.
I was gonna say when we do have the date for this, knowing will be half the battle.
Oh God.
Mm.
I don't know how I feel about this because they have not been able to do a good GI Joe. Transformers, they've been moving in the right direction, trying to do things that are a little more, feeling like Transformers and whatnot. But like, I don't know, like it lends itself to do a movie. You can do a movie with Transformers and GI Joe. The thing is
yeah.
They have not done GI Joe correctly in the 7 movies that they've tried to do so far.
Yeah.
For
But
some
also
reason-
Steven Spielberg.
Yeah, but I mean,
Yeah.
Spielberg produced the first Transformers movie.
Oh.
And Michael Bay made that movie, and it wasn't the best, So I mean, like, I don't know.
Yeah.
It's kind of, it falls back on what I was talking about earlier. It comes to writing,
Yep. Exactly.
You can make a good movie with these characters if you have a writer who actually cares about the project and care. We need a Hasbro kid to actually write this shit.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, James, you should be writing this.
Can we get Margot
I know,
Robbie on
right?
this?
I'll do it. I
Okay.
should write it.
Oh, see, he can hear me now.
Hey.
All right.
Can we get Margot Robbie on this? Or
I know, right? Well, I don't think he was into like GI Joe and stuff.
No. Margot
Hasbro.
Robbie can stay with Mattel. She needs to leave Hasbro the hell alone.
Oh, I didn't talk about the casting. Margot Robbie is going to be Optimus Prime against, and Megatron is going to be played by Pedro Pascal. You guys didn't.
Pedro Pascal.
How about
Oh my gosh. Here we go.
Snake Eyes is played by Simu Liu.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's that feels wrong somehow. Anyway,
Darren, they are in the same universe, actually. Darren GB in the chat saying GI Joe and Transformers are not even in the same universe.
Yes,
They
they
are.
absolutely
They've crossed
are.
over multiple times.
Not to mention the fact
Comics
that, back in the 80s, they were always aired back to back. Transformers at 4 p.m., G.I. Joe at 4:30.
They've crossed over in the comics. They've crossed over in the cartoons. They've crossed over a lot. So they are definitely in the same universe.
Have they done it in the cartoons?
I
I'm
think
gonna have to
they
look
did a
that up.
special. I think they did a special in like the late 80s.
Okay, I'll have to look that up.
cool.
All right, let's keep it going.
All right. Well, speaking of cartoons, some not my cabbages news. Paramount Pictures is developing a new developing a new Avatar: The Last Airbender animated trilogy, and it will launch with Aang, the Last Airbender. During CinemaCon, the studio announced that the film will follow Aang as an adult. Awesome. They also revealed they've cast Eric Nam and Dave Bautista. Yes, in the movie. Nam will be voicing Aang in the film, and Bautista has been cast in a villain role.
Ooh.
The movie will be directed by Lauren Montgomery, who worked as a storyboard artist on Avatar: The Last Airbender and the sequel series Legend of Korra. The film project is set up at Avatar Studios, and the production is being led by the original series creators, Michael DiMartino and Brian, don't crucify me here, Konietzko?
I like that.
Konietzko?
Yeah.
Aang, The Last Airbender is set to airball into theaters on October 10th of next year.
Nice. I'm excited for this. And I think that this is where Michael DiMartino and Brian Konietzko, they left the live action Avatar to go and pursue this. And they stated when they left Netflix that it was over creative differences, which I mean, now watching the show, I can understand creative differences because they probably wanted Aang to be a little bit more playful, and they ended up doing a really serious Aang. We talked about this a while back. There are good and bad with Avatar: The Last Airbender, the live action series.
Still better than the motion picture.
100%. Yeah, they did a lot of things a lot better. There are just a couple of things that they can fix in season 2. So, but they left the live action series to go set this up over at Paramount Plus. Cool. I'm excited for this because it's all like the original, like basically the gang is back together. And they're doing in an entire like Aang as an adult series, and I'm excited for that.
That's going to be really cool.
What did y'all think of the Netflix series, the live action series?
I liked it. I liked it. Yeah, I liked it, but there were things that. So for instance, I mentioned before, Aang was a little bit too serious. I feel like he was always on the defensive. He was always kind of depressed a lot, right? I felt like Sokka was great. You got all the
Sokka was perfect.
Yeah, like you got all the humor out of him. I felt like they didn't do enough character development for Katara. I felt like there's a lot more they could have done with Katara. At the season finale, I didn't feel like the moment between Aang and Katara was earned.
Yeah, true. But the cabbages guy, that guy was completely off from the cartoon.
Because they had him scream, "My cabbages!" But it's the guy who played him in the cartoon, though.
Yeah. Okay. All right. I'll give you that.
And then Zuko and
Ayo.
And yeah,
Uncle Ayo
and Iroh. Zuko and Iroh were perfect.
Yeah,
they were perfection.
Fourzze, did you get a chance to watch the new live action Avatar?
I have not had that chance yet, but I will be soon.
Yeah,
I want to get your guys' opinion on that because I assume, Shadu, that you've watched some of the anime.
I have, yes.
You guys should watch this. It's an easy watch. It's only like 8 episodes. But,
like One Piece.
Yeah, exactly. Go check it out. Exactly. Go check it out. I thought it was really good. And what was nice for me is that like I could sit down with my family and watch this, and everybody got into it. They're still airballing and water bending as we speak. Like, and whenever there's a bath, they're like, it's water bending time, Yeah. So I dug it a lot.
Well, good.
Yeah. Again, overall, it's good. There were a couple of changes from the anime, from the cartoon that were, they changed some of the storyline, but most of it was for the better.
That's nitpicky. Yeah.
Like I said, most of it was for the better. There were a couple of things that were just like Aang wouldn't risk the whole world over his friends because he had a little bit more.
Would you be nice to Aang? He's Filipino. The kid is Filipino, so I relate to him.
I didn't have an issue with his acting. That's fine. It was more the writing. Is they wrote him super depressing, and he should have been someone who was trying to find joy in the world while juggling all of the negativity and all the problems that he had.
He ain't got time for that. He's trying to find some lumpia. You know what I mean? Like he's hungry.
He was trying to find lumpia. All right.
So,
So
of course, our next story is going to need some silence.
James, young Phil, put all your stupid jokes aside so I can get serious.
Space, the final frontier. These are the voyages of the starship Paramount. Its 5-year mission: to butcher strange new worlds, to fail to find new life and new ideas, and possibly to boldly go where Paramount messed up before.
oh god, that was perfect.
A few months ago, it was announced that fans would be getting another Star Trek film, but no details were given at the time. Now we know that this will not exactly be the sequel we've been expecting. At CinemaCon, again, it was announced that this movie will take place decades before the original 2009 Star Trek feature. Okay. Andor director Toby Haynes would have...
What happened to do?
Evo baby!
Isn't that a movie where somebody gets possessed and there's a
Annabelle.
crazy doll or something? Yeah. There it is.
Did it just scream at us?
I'm surprised that doll made it back from Boise. I would have left that thing in some kind of potato patch, just thrown it out the window.
Would have killed it with fire.
Andor director Toby Haynes will direct from a script by Seth Grahame-Smith, who is also writing another buzzed about CinemaCon title, the third Now You See Me film. J.J. Abrams is returning to produce, and the star date for the film is unknown.
All righty. But don't we already have this a few decades before? Don't we have we have a Pike series, right?
Yeah.
Strange New World?
Well, no. Here we
Oh, you don't like Anson Mount as Pike?
No. I have to explain some things. All right. So,
Dude, can you explain all the Star Treks to us?
No, I'm not explaining all of it. I'm just explaining something.
He's gonna SHDUsplain the
Did you just say
All right.
SHDUsplain?
yeah.
Yeah. That's the thing.
So, the from the 2009 film to beyond are their own universe.
Right, it's the Kelvin timeline.
It's Kelvin timeline. The Star Trek Discovery and all of that is still in the Prime timeline. Mm-hmm. So it's not the same.
Prime time.
So it's yeah.
Wait, hold on. So the movies and everything forward are a different timeline?
No.
But what does that do for Next Generation?
No. Just the newer ones. Just the ones with like Chris Pine.
Yeah.
Oh.
Those are in their own timeline.
What a diva.
Everything
He
else
gets
is
his own
Prime
universe.
timeline.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense.
So technically it's the beginning of, it's like the prequel to, it's the Kelvin timeline prequel, essentially.
Oh,
so this is supposed to be a prequel to the Kelvin timeline.
That's what I'm thinking. That's what it seems to be saying, since it is, yeah.
If they do,
Because it will take place decades before the original 2009 Star Trek film. So yeah, so I think it is a prequel to the story of the first movie, probably.
So if they do go that route, I would love to see them tell the story of how Nero gets that ship and how he crosses the board.
Oh yeah, no, it'd be great. Or you talk, and you can have it switch between the two, or do a whole thing. We can bring Chris Hemsworth back,
right?
So it's
it'll be a prequel to the Starship lens flare. Got it.
Yes, yeah, that one.
Again, like if you read the comic books, because I actually posted it in the Nerdington Post a while back, but if you read the comic books that were associated with the Kelvin timeline, and you kind of like went through like how all this stuff, like Geordie LaForge is the one that created the red matter. He also created the squid, which is
right, and the ship, if I'm not mistaken, is Borg as well.
The Nero ship is Borg.
Yeah, Nero ship is Borg.
Yeah, so Nero ship is technically a it is a mining vessel. It's a all of a sudden I'm forgetting the Romulan. It's a Romulan
mining vessel. Yeah,
it has and that's why they always say like, well, the ship is Romulan, and they always say that it's Romulan, but why it looks so fucking weird if you look at like Romulan ships and the way that this ship looks is because it has Borg enhancements, and that's why it's
right.
Now, Double A has a question. He says, is this before Star Trek Enterprise with Captain Archer? And then I have a follow-up question asking, who the fuck is Captain Archer?
Okay, so Star Trek Enterprise is in the prime timeline. So no, it is a different universe.
I don't.
Yeah.
I guess technically everything up until Nero arriving is still prime timeline.
Right.
So after, and then also Captain Archer was the first captain of an Enterprise.
Right. Well, I mean,
not the Enterprise, an Enterprise.
But that could be something that they could like dive into. Is
yeah.
Like, okay, so
and they kind of did that in Beyond a little bit.
Yeah. Just kind of
they had some references to Enterprise. Yeah.
Right.
So. One of you said it. Is this their way of being like, Chris Hemsworth is a huge star, and he's kind of not busy right now with Marvel stuff.
I could see that. Yeah, I could see that happening.
Maybe we pay him lots of money.
Right.
I don't remember his character's name, but
he's Kirk's dad. So
well, yeah, he's Kirk's dad. But he's something like Thomas. Is it Thomas Kirk or?
Yeah, it's something.
Who knows?
Like that. Anyway, but it could be a whole movie about him,
right?
Like
exactly.
what he was doing until Nero arrived.
Yeah, or it could just be about his grandfather Tiberius Kirk.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool.
He was just an engineer. Like they cut to him, and he's just got a hammer in his hand.
Right.
Like what?
Like a lower decks thing. Yeah.
Super lower decks. All right, let's keep it going. I'm excited because I actually really like Star Trek, and I wish they would do more of them. I just started watching Discovery, and
Season 2 is better.
Oh God.
Okay, here we go. In Young Film Crush news,
100%.
I'm going to throw my hat in the ring as well.
Easy, boys.
Just
Kat Dennings is set to star alongside Tim Allen in his new sitcom series Shifting Gears, which is being developed for ABC. Dennings also will be a producer on the project, so watch out, Tim Allen. Don't be throwing your weight around. I do have a shifting opsis. Is this just another Tool Time, but with Gears synopsis?
Shifting opsis. Is this just another Tool Time, but with Gears synopsis? Santa Claus is a bitch.
Shifting Gears centers on Matt, the stubborn widowed owner of a classic car restoration shop, when Matt's estranged daughter Riley and her teenage kids move into his house. The real restoration begins. No date when the show will shift into being released on ABC.
This is going to be an interesting dynamic. It's also going to be interesting to see how everything works on the set, because
it's Home Improvement with granddaughters.
No. What I'm saying is them working together, because Kat Dennings is a very, very known like feminist, and Tim Allen is very much not. For as progressive as his show was, he's not very progressive of a person. So it's going to be interesting to hear like if there's like problems on the set between them.
Yeah,
one season, okay.
Deborah Dennings.
Meanwhile, on
Debbie Dunning.
Hello, Heidi.
Her episode of Comic Conversation is live on Comic Conversation now.
All right, about time. Exciting news.
Well, that one's been live. So
now I have just one question about this show. Is it going to be stick or automatic?
It better be stick.
It's electric. It's a hybrid.
So it's an electric
Electric.
hybrid. Oh, so basically, it's a hopped up golf cart. Is what you're saying?
Young Phil, you have a monstrous story ahead of you.
Oh, I do. I
Oh,
do.
no.
You
So
can
yeah,
say it is
That's
kaiju
different.
size.
I'm just saying one more time. Cat Dennings. Whew. All right.
Yep.
Let's
Yep. All right.
move on.
Yep.
She's so hot.
We're trying to
Yeah,
move on.
We know.
I know. In Kaiju Mania news,
Speaking of hot things,
Apple TV has taken their hit series Monarch Legacy of Monsters and renewed it for a second season. And if that's not enough kaiju for you, Apple's also been able to secure a multi-series deal, which includes, sorry, my screen just went blank. There it goes. Spin-offs with Legendary Entertainment. So there's some spin-offs coming for Legacy of Monsters. Did any of you guys watch Legacy of Monsters?
I haven't.
Nope.
My wife didn't want to watch it, so
God, you guys are just not watching anything. Legacy of Monsters is fucking awesome.
it's good. You liked it? You're
It's
happy with it?
really good. There are references to King Kong. There are references to Godzilla. It takes place in between the very first Godzilla movie and Skull Island.
oh, cool.
Wait, it's all tied together?
Oh yeah, it's all the same universe. They're trying to make a cinematic universe, I think.
Yeah. That's the whole point of Godzilla versus Kong is they were merging. So basically, Skull Island was supposed to be King Kong when he was younger, and that's why he's supposed to be so much bigger in Godzilla versus Kong because it's modern day, whereas that one took place in the 70s.
All right.
You know, so that's the whole thing is like Godzilla's freaking huge. Or not Godzilla. Godzilla's already freaking huge, but that's why King Kong is so big. And this whole series of movies that they've had, like I said, it takes place after like a couple years after the first King Kong Godzilla movie, because it's all references to like San Francisco and the destruction of San Francisco, and them trying to like
That's
fix
every
San
movie.
Francisco.
Come on now.
But, they usually destroy New York. They destroyed San Francisco in this one.
So wait, hold on real quick. Hold on. So there's Monarch, there's King Kong, Island of Skulls. How
Sorry,
many
Monarch.
different movies? If I want to play catch up, are there like 3 Godzilla movies and like 3 Kong movies? Wasn't Tom Hiddleston in one of them?
He was in Kong Skull Island. Skull
Yeah.
Island.
Okay.
spoiling
All right.
this one.
Okay. Sounds like you're into it. I should start doing catch up.
Yeah, it's pretty freaking good.
All right. Let's keep it going.
Woo. All right. So in You Know Nothing, Young Phil news, a couple of years ago, it was revealed that Kit Harington was developing a Game of Thrones spin-off series that would focus on Jon Snow. The actor has now offered an update on the project, and it's no longer in development.
Shocker.
During an interview with Screen Rant, the actor said that the team couldn't find the right story to tell, so the project is not in active development anymore. Therefore, it is off the table.
I'm not
So,
surprised.
this
I'm not shocked by this at all.
Yeah.
So I guess this series will not be coming back to life.
No, Game of Thrones is done. It's played out, and to be perfectly honest, I think the bodies hit the floor during that final season. I think that final season just shut the whole world down in interest of that series. Had they gone out super climactic, the interest would still be there, but that was one of those deals where it's like, it was a make or break moment and it broke them. I think Game of Thrones, the era of Game of Thrones is just over. It's done.
Of course, that being said, House of the Dragon is really good, but
and even that doesn't have the popularity that the original series
But no,
had
exactly.
in its
It really
beginnings.
did, because there's us who are really big fans of Song of Ice and Fire anyway that are watching it.
Yes.
But it is nowhere near the amount of hype and buzz.
I kind of agree with both of you that I really liked House of Dragons, and I'm looking forward to it coming back in June.
Mhm.
But I do think it took a dip after the end of Game of Thrones and that finale. I think House of Dragons was fighting an uphill battle, to get some of that viewership back. And I think they're doing a good job. I think they're doing a good
really
job.
good. It's they're obviously not going to repeat those mistakes, but it's still Yeah, it's still not as popular as Game of Thrones was at its height.
I do think they should have spent a whole season with a younger actress.
Yeah, we needed more with young.
The time jump was really quick. It threw me
yeah.
off a ton, and I didn't like it. But that was my only gripe.
Yeah. Okay.
And give me the dunk or the egg. I don't know.
Yeah.
I guess that's a thing.
No, I'm excited for that. I think it'll be fun.
I mean, I did want to see more about like Jon Snow and kind of everything on there, but
yeah, I was, it wasn't the thing I was most interested in, though.
Yeah, I mean, like for the most part, or more so than them, I wanted to see his father, and I wanted to see Lyanna Stark, and I wanted to see, more of like that story and how Jon came to be.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was assuming that the plot of it, which maybe there wasn't a plot ever, but I was assuming the plot of it was after Game of Thrones.
Yeah. This was supposed to be, and if I heard correctly, Kit Harington put the idea on the table to HBO and to George R.R. Martin, but I don't think anything else came of it. But it was his idea. So it wasn't like, George R.R. Martin had some extra plans for Jon Snow. It's just Kit Harington was like, I need a job.
I think George R.R. Martin's plans went off the rails about season 6 or so.
Yeah.
Well, the problem was that they didn't let the show catch up with the books. That was the problem.
Yeah.
They would have been fine taking another season off because it was coronavirus time anyway. Everything was on hold. So to let George finish the flipping story,
now,
that would have been extremely helpful.
We don't know, but
exactly
right.
And
which
then the other
hasn't done.
And the other thing about Kit Harington needing work, I'm not sure if he auditioned, but I think he would have been a great fit for that Lord of the Rings series that we got a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy just handles fantasy series extremely well.
Make him a Numenorian or something. Yeah. He's kind of got the Aragorn about him.
He does, and I think I think it's a project that really would have worked well for him.
Yeah.
Which is why I think he's going to kill it as the Black Knight when he finally becomes the Black
I'm very
Knight.
excited about that.
Very good.
Yeah.
Speaking of black things and dark things,
moving on.
Yes.
In Eclipse news, I know you guys. Oh God, the excitement for this. Heroes creator Tim Kring is developing a reboot of the classic 2006 superhero series, which will be titled Heroes Eclipsed.
Did he just think of this like last week? What's happening?
He probably did. It probably was like
imagination.
Somebody want to read the opsis for me?
Heroes Opsis Eclipsed synopsis.
Heroes Opsis Eclipse synopsis. Set years after the events of the original series, as now Evos are being awakened and discovering powers that will change their lives. The series will also feature familiar villains and new enemies who once again will be attempting to suppress the next step in human evolution. It will be up to this new group of heroes to save the world. The new version of the series does not have a home at the moment and is currently being shopped around Hollywood. So, do we need a reboot of this show?
Bring it on. Let's bring it on.
Hold on a second. Is this just X-Men?
It is. It's always been X-Men.
I actually wouldn't say it's the X-Men. I would compare this more to Inhumans.
Okay. Yeah. That makes sense.
But if Inhumans was done correctly.
Okay.
At least season.
Like I'm saying more in concept.
Heroes doesn't have witches that take powers away.
There you go. I liked Heroes. I was super into this show way back in the day. I can't believe it was 2006. Wow.
No doubt. Oh, and speaking of heroes.
In a half shell.
Go for it.
Ninja news.
Hi-ya!
Paramount Pictures has announced that they are developing an R-rated live-action adaptation of the hit comic Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles: The Last Ronin.
Boom!
Tyler Burton Smith, who co-wrote the upcoming R-rated action movie Boy Kills World, as well as the 2019 iteration of Chucky horror franchise's Child's Play, is writing the script.
I'll give him credit for the first one, not the second one.
Shut up! Take my money.
Former head of DC Films Walter Hamada is producing through his 18 Hertz production company as part of his multi-year deal with the studio.
That makes me feel nervous.
We do have a synopsis. We have the Teenage Mutant Opsis Ninja Turtles Young Phil was right synopsis.
Oh, that's right. I did predict.
Stole that one. Well done.
Was going to be a movie. Teenage Mutant Opsis Ninja Turtles Young Phil was right. Synopsis.
Yeah.
I did call that they were going to make this live action.
Fine, I get it.
All right. So The Last Ronin is set in a totalitarian future in New York City. The story is told of how the Turtles and Master Splinter are killed off one by one by the grandson of the villainous Shredder and synthetic ninjas, like the 80s cartoon. One turtle manages to survive, barely, and vows to exact bloody vengeance.
Yeah.
There is no date when we will be going back to the sewers. I have a question for you guys. For the last, I would say, 12 years, Warner Brothers Animation has absolutely been killing it with movies. Do you think that with this writing and this plot, would it have made an excellent animated film?
Oh, it would have been amazing as an anime. Now, here's my one thing with this, right? It has to be the same creature creator from the first movie, or I don't want it.
I want the I would want the animation team behind Killing Joke, to be honest.
No, I'm saying for the live action.
Oh, for the live action? Oh, give me the Ninja Turtles 1 movie.
Yeah, I need the same suit costumes as the first movie, and I need Michelangelo to be dressed up like that. I think that he would look badass.
Oh yeah.
Spoilers for anybody who hasn't read that comic.
Is that comic in hardcover?
It is now. They actually just released the trade paperback and the graphic novel.
Yeah, I'm gonna get it as soon as I get Inferno.
Yeah, well, cowabunga, guys.
Yeah.
And that is the download.
Yeah, that is it for all that, because if you guys want some ninja gear in your life, ladies and gentlemen, just so you all know, just so you guys are all aware, you guys know what's going on with all this and whatnot. We got merch, people!
That was good. That was a solid transition.
That was a beautiful transition. That was a beautiful, beautiful transition. So, ladies and gentlemen, unfortunately,
we no longer have hat.
Hats are gone.
There are no hat.
Hat is gone. So,
if you want the hat, you can ask Ming Chen, and he might sell it to you.
Right.
You can buy the hat from Ming Chen. Ask him nicely.
You can probably, I'm sure he has a.
But hey, look, we got shirts, and you can have a shirt too. So you can DM us at Distance Nerding. We'll get your size and your shirt reserved. $20 if you're local, $25 if we got to ship it to you, and $35 if you are a Florida resident and just because we don't like you.
Fucking Florida.
That's good.
I'm Floridian. I can say that.
Exactly.
It really will be $35, so I got to ship it to me.
There's that.
Yes, and of course we have the schedule, Phil.
So schedule is back to what it used to be, guys. On Monday morning from 8 to 12, I will be playing video games. I did play some Shadow of War this Monday, and God, I missed playing that game because I didn't get to play last week because I was driving home from Idaho.
How many orcs are you making stronger with your defeats?
Honestly, none, because I'm murdering every orc. The city that I'm in right now, I now control every orc in the city.
Ooh.
Or at least every orc captain. Like I control all of the orc captains now, except for two. One of them is somebody that I don't get to see. I fight him in a mission, so I don't get to like go find him and like fight him. and the other one is the boss that I need to go find to fight. Which he's like level 35, and I'm level 29, so I'm just trying to level up before I go fight him. Otherwise, he's gonna fight me. And then after that, I have to kill like the orc, not the war chief, but like the dude who's above the war chiefs.
Okay.
And then once I kill him, then I control that city. So like that's the cool thing about Shadow of War is it went from like, okay, you're fighting like captains and regions to now you're going to different cities, like Minas Tirith and stuff like that, and you're and you're fighting all the orcs that are in control there, and then building your army. And what you can do is you can take over the minds of the captains, and you can like make them go fight other captains and make them do stuff. So now like all of I control all the war chiefs except for one.
Yeah, I tried to play Shadow of Mordor. I could just not get into it. It was just like really tough. And
it's a hard game. What I noticed is if you like basically if you play the side quests first and you grab all the collectibles up front, you get a shit ton of leveling. So then that way you can work on your you can work on all of your skills, and it just makes the fights that much easier.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, it's definitely you want to like go and collect as much as possible.
Yeah,
you know,
I gotcha.
You know, and there's not much to collect. It's just when you do collect all the stuff that's in there. Like the way they did it is some of the stuff that was pointless in the first game. Now, if you collect a certain amount, then you get a piece of gear.
I gotcha. Cool.
Yeah, so
nice.
So
where can we find?
You know what I like to collect?
Yeah.
So hold on. That's the Mondays. That's the stream.
That's only Monday. Jesus.
On Tuesday, I'm talking about the game. On Tuesdays, the show you're watching right now from 6:30 to 8:30, we are doing the download, talking news, rumors, trailer reactions. We didn't do any today because there were none for this week, but reactions, reviews.
It's because of CinemaCon happened and all the trailers were exclusive.
God damn it, CinemaCon.
CinemaCon is a big deal, young fan.
Oh, it is.
So
it
I
is.
don't know if you're aware of
Distance Nerding's going to need a table at the next CinemaCon.
The joke is the first year we did this show, both of us were like, what the fuck is CinemaCon? It's nothing big. And then James was like, no, I think it's probably going to end up being something big. And then he looked it up and was like, no, it's fucking massive. And like everybody, like, every company like releases like new trailers and shit like that. And I was like, oh,
yeah, like every story came out of CinemaCon.
Yeah,
was a banger.
So that right there. And then of course Thursday's the build, ladies and gentlemen. We build Lego on stream while we talk to interesting people and do nerdy stuff. This week we don't have a guest, so we're going to be doing more brackets.
Oops All Brackets episode.
Oops All Brackets, just pumping the brackets out. And we're just gonna have some fun with it, guys. So let's join us on Thursday. I'm gonna continue building the NES, and we're gonna have a whole bunch of fun. So that is it for our schedule, guys.
Woo.
Like now we can do pluggables.
Absolutely, we can do pluggables. So, SHDU, where can everybody find you outside of the distance nerding sphere?
Well, I am SHDU Studios here on YouTube and on Instagram. I do short films, music, world building, TTRPGs, and other nerdy stuff. I am also on Fourzze channel. We have a little series called Classified, where we take your favorite pop culture characters and place them into their respective D&D classes. We also have a companion series called Journals of the Classes, where we go through each of the D&D classes and their subclasses. We will have a new episode of Journals of the Classes coming out at some point. It will be on Sorcerer. I am also in the Distance Learning sphere, as you can see. I am on the download on Tuesdays, the very show you are watching right now, the build on Thursdays, and I am on Kaiba Cave Productions for the Saturday Morning Nerd Out, which is back, and for the New Order when it releases at some undetermined point in the future.
Aaron, tell everybody where they can find you, sir.
All right, so to the distance nerding world, I am still Fourzze, but to the rest of the world, I am Aaron Sikowski, the voice actor. Right now, you can follow my voice acting adventures on Instagram at @A_Ron VO. Ron VO.
Hey, Rotten.
My
That's
voice
so good.
acting hijinks while I'm going through training and classes and everything. Be sure to follow Elise Bowman. She is my voiceover coach and also Pan from Dragon Ball GT. You can find her stuff, the anime adventures on YouTube, and also check out avosjourney.com, which is the voice acting academy that I am currently a part of, and it is
nice.
awesome. Aside from that, very soon here on Distance Learning, I'll be able to share all of my business profiles. There's going to be all sorts of stuff that you'll be able to find me on Voquent, Backstage, Fiverr. I will be everywhere as a voice actor, just finishing demos now, and I'm very excited to get this career underway. It's a very exciting year, having a blast.
Awesome.
And for those of you who are still doing the Saber thing, I may have stopped making sound fonts, but you can still find existing ones on saberfont.com. Check them out, purchase them. Any purchase is appreciated. Unfortunately, I just will not be returning to the community, but those fonts will remain available for you forever.
So cool. Hey,
Awesome.
real quick,
Proud of you, man.
I love.
Where can people find you?
Wait, put
No one cares.
give me Fourzze, because I want to say, Fourzze, when you do the Instagram lives and you're doing like your various reads, so much fun. It's so cool to like see that and like be a part of that and be like, oh, that sounded awesome. Try this, and you're like, yeah, okay, let me try that. It was super fun. It felt like we were in studio.
And
together.
I'm discovering my voice like the
I was
other
about to
night.
say,
Someone
someone
had commented the other night, you're really good at character voices, but try something just as you. So I did a Toyota commercial, and then they're like, bro, you sound like a Subaru commercial. So, I'm kind of all in the spot, and I'm like, it's what makes a Subaru a Subaru.
Yeah.
And it works, and it's a lot of fun, but I still have more fun here because I can just kind of be me and not have to be so official. Super
No,
fun.
that's awesome.
I know. I really enjoy when you do that and you go live. That being said, it's been like 3 weeks since you've done one. So come on, man. We need more.
I'm going to explain why. I know we got to end the show, but I'm going to explain why. Here's the deal. Right now at the VoiceOver Academy, Anthony, who is the head guy, we're doing marketing classes, and the one thing he's pushing, especially for the new recruits, is to get the demos done. And part of the demo process is to kind of find our strength. We need to be doing everything, but to find our strength. I have found strength in character voices, and I am doing an anime dubbing demo. So right now, I'm in the middle of completing a 2-minute clip from a very old anime where I have put my voice in as not only the hero, but the villain. Another girl who's part of the academy is playing the female part. And because all that old audio is completely compressed, I had to go back. I have to do the mixing of the music. I have to do the mixing of the sound effects. I have to mix and balance everything myself. It's almost done. So I will be sharing that with you guys in the next few days.
Yeah,
I want to know what the anime is, but I don't.
Fatal Fury, the motion picture, and it's only a 2-minute clip.
So are you doing Fatal Fury abridged?
No, it's directly from the movie. I'm playing Terry Bogard and Laucorn.
You should have done Fatal Fury abridged. That would have been way.
You got some Dragon Ball jokes?
No, I don't have Dragon Ball jokes. The only Dragon Ball joke on this show is me.
There he is.
Hey, I do have one question though. This is important. James, where can we find you?
You can find me right here on Distance Learning.
No one cares. He's just like rude.
And anywhere else, but mainly on Distance Learning. Thanks for asking.
Miss you, buddy.
Yeah. Apparently young Phil doesn't. So
absolutely not.
Hey, everybody who doesn't like James are the ones who think Cyclops is a bitch. I'm just saying.
Whoa, hold on.
Have something you want to discuss? Tell us what you're nerding out on, and make sure to let us know in the Facebook group, The Distance Nerdington Post.
I'm waiting for James to just knock me out of here right now because of what I just did. Ladies and gentlemen, if you head over to distancenerding.com and you go towards the top of the webpage, see it right there. There is a big blue button that says buy us a taco. You can buy us a taco. Join the taco party, ladies and gentlemen. Oh, wrong button.
Nope.
Join the taco party.
Yes.
Join the taco party, ladies and gentlemen. Help us out. This is the best way to support the show. If you want to support the show, if you want to help us continue to do more and more stuff, and go to more shows and have better prizes and fun stuff, guys. Remember, if you have not participated in the Lego Bat Cycle contest yet, head over to Instagram. Follow us if you haven't already started following us on Instagram. Like the post or the reel, because it's a reel right now. Like the reel, tag 2 of your friends in the reel, and say done, and you automatically get entered to win for a chance to win the Lego Bat Cycle, which is the equivalent cost about $80. So
Guys,
pretty good.
I need that thing in my life too.
Yeah,
I absolutely do. Guys, listen, if you want to make your whole life revolve around distance nerding, and we're not against it, I'm just telling you, we would love to have your life just here. Okay. You can follow us on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Twitch, TikTok, Threads, YouTube, Discord, MySpace, Vines, GeoCities, Friendster, Second Life, AIM, Farmers Only, Christian Mingle, OnlyFans, where we have exclusively now pictures of Aaron Watson's feet and mandals, including the sexiest beard of all time.
And of course, we do have James's glasses just sitting on a table
seductively.
Very seductively, but very tastefully as well. Very tastefully. They might be just a little bit foggy. So
they are the definition of beauty when it comes to nude glasses.
Yes,
Mhm.
yes.
And young Phil, give us that email, brother.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, if you'd like us to break up with your boyfriend, girlfriend, significant other, pet, schoolyard bully, annoying neighbor, or just tell us how much you enjoy us, hate us, or wish the internet would consume us completely and spit us out at the feet of
Aaron Watson.
at the feet of Aaron Watson, of Agent AA himself. James, I like how that you erased my script as I was reading it.
Yes.
That's how well he knows it.
Okay.
Yeah, I know, right? At this point, send us an email. Jesus. At dist.
I am so happy to be back, and I'm so glad I came on tonight.
I'm glad
So
you're back.
glad
I'm
you're back.
So proud of you for what you're doing and all of it.
Oh, SHDU, I love you, brother.
I
Love you too, man.
I saw you on and I thought I was on the wrong show. I thought this was examining. I'm like, what day is it? I logged into the wrong show.
And snerding at AOL.com.
Oh man.
Oh God, and we will read it on air. So James, take us home.
All right, everybody. Thanks, and keep nerding together.
All right, well, let's get the dance party going.
Oh, shoot. I need something to dance with. Hang on.
Oh, how about one of those shirts behind you?
No, I got something better. A sound panel.
I was just looking at those. I need some.
Distance nerding.
Oh, Heidi, my love.
She was super nice.
Why?
Is that a popcorn bucket? Get ready for the Deadpool popcorn bucket.
Oh, I'm so ready for it.
Oh, my.
Oh. Whoa, get out of here. What is that?
What the fuck?
Is that animated?
Fill
What is
it with
happening?
fire.
I didn't know that thing had animatronics.
I don't know know what happened. I cut out for a second. That was weird.
We'll see everybody on Thursday.
Love ya. Eat it.
And we're still recording. Still recording. Still recording. Maybe this will